Well,
right.
Here we are.
Finally.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how nervous are you?
I'm at a 15. I'm shaking right now.
Okay, because I'm at like about a 12. I'll say
I'm shaking right now. That's crazy.
So here we are on a new platform, not new to the internet, but new to us. YouTube, Twitch.
First one, so first of many.
So you got that webcam last week, and then this is your first one.
Yeah, I got it like 2 weeks ago. Took me like a week to set up, like the background and all that fun stuff.
You got the PC.
Oh my god, the comments are like having me like shook right now.
You got to ignore the comments.
I know. It's difficult to though.
But hey, he ain't black.
I know.
He ain't black. Everybody, where's that Furtive Fox out there saying that he was, but there he is. There's that beautiful face. Everybody can see it.
Nah, stop it.
The big reveal. Look,
stop it.
Banner up for you.
No,
the big reveal.
No.
He told me he would come to my house and slap me if I put his face on the big screen.
We were doing like the test streams before. He kept putting my screen on the main one. I'm like, no, dude, no, that's not gonna be a thing over here.
Can't ignore it. Travis, he says you can't ignore it. We got Whisper in the chat. We got Chin in the chat.
Oh my god.
What's up, Ben? Flashing Arrow. We got the whole squad here. So you got this new PC. Tell us about the new PC.
So I've always dreamt of having like a PC. Finally had the chance to invest in it. I think I was up till 7:30 in the morning with I Am Tiny Panda building it. And that wasn't even like the long part. I mean, I built it, but the long part was accessing Windows because it came with a disk, and my PC can't take disk. It's over here, set up over here. So we were up for like 2 days, and he helped me with every step of the way with it. It's definitely like an upgrade. I mean, not only that, I got the new chair, 2 new monitors, a light, the mic right here, desk, all that stuff. So it's like
the whole
brand new
9 yards.
Yeah, and I just moved into like this little setup right here today. So it's
I dig it. I dig the lights. Can you change those colors in the background? So you're simple right now.
Hold on, wait.
I'm not gonna press you. Mine will fall off the wall if I try to change the colors. I just keep it on purple.
Green is pretty cool.
Got the saber just to keep it purple.
Blue is pretty nice.
The Ahsoka blue. It meshes well.
This one right here.
So quick shout out for Panda then, right? Because he's if without him,
everything. He'll do everything. I love you, greatness. Thank you so much.
There he is, my man. Serpent's vibing, brand new setup. Greatness, we appreciate it, brother. OB6 is in the house too.
OB6, Dubex, Chien, Greatness, Whisper, Flashing Arrow.
Yo, Trav needs to see.
Racious is here. Oh, Racious. Okay, now the night's complete. If Racious is here, then the night's complete.
Trav needs to see the lemonade. Show him the lemonade.
I got this one too. Oh, I don't have lemonade. I have ginger ale and water, and I got water. So no lemonade tonight. But I can. Yeah.
He said, "Wow, Warrior Nerd."
You can like flipping up a little bit like that.
So, when did you? You've always been a gamer, right? Or is this something you just picked?
Yeah, my whole life. Like I like the thing is with me, like when I would game, like I would switch from game to game. I would never like if I stuck to the game, I would be like dedicated to only that game. So like, all right, like my timeline would be World of Warcraft from like 7 years old to I'd say about 14. Then I went into all the Call of Duty series. Black Ops 3 was like my main game. And then when Battlefront 1 came out, that was like everything for me. When Battlefront 1 came out, that was when The Force Awakens released. So that was like prime time Star Wars for me. Like Force Awakens and Battlefront 1 at the same time. And then Battlefront 2 came out. I didn't really play it that much when it released. I really started like actually like dedicating my every day to it. Yeah. In November. I bought Jedi Fallen Order and
November 2019.
2019, correct.
Yeah.
I bought Jedi Fallen Order and Battlefront 2 in the same day. I just picked them up both and I just started playing every single day.
Gotcha.
And then I kept going on and on and on and on. OB6, that's you. Okay, I gotta forget this isn't Twitch. This isn't Twitch because like knowing me, I'll just be like complimenting everyone in here.
Yeah, so real quick, we have to address that. So this is a podcast. So we're gonna have it on eventually we're gonna move to iTunes and Spotify. So if we're talking to chat, people who listen on iTunes might not even know what the heck's going on. So a good way to kind of address that issue, like OB6, I can just pop him up here. Man, look at these good looking chaps. Thank you. We got Travesty, you know, talking, waiting for Fortnite, Dubex.
Fortnite. Yeah, I was.
And that's a good. That's a good way.
Game. I did exclude that.
So I mean, I've been playing since the Rogue Squadron days on the Nintendo 60, you know, way back in the day. Shadows of the Empire. You know, I'm Star Wars through and through. I actually got out of Star Wars for a little bit in high school to like venture into like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff like that, and then basketball, of course. Just because I thought I was kind of like, 2K. Yeah, I played 2K all the time.
2K was my game. Just
because I kind of cared what people thought. You know, I was like, well, you know, I'm going into high school, you know, but then just one day I was like, man, I just need to be me. And ever since then, man, I played Halo. I competed in Halo. Everybody knew me as the Halo guy in high school. Like, hey, he goes to Halo tournaments in Orlando, Florida, and I live in Kentucky.
I drove to 3 Fortnite tournaments, like within the state. I drove. God, I did like, and I got whooped by a bunch of 8-year-olds. But like, this is the experience itself, just to say like, hey, I played in a Fortnite.
When I say I went to Halo tournaments, I went and competed, but did not play. You know, I'm not nowhere near pro level. But the cool thing is, I met Ninja when he was a Halo player. He started out in Halo Reach. So I mean, that's pretty cool now that he's bigger than life, you know, over there on the Fortnite world and stuff. But
I know something that a lot of people in here don't know, and that's that you met Carrie Fisher. So you met some really incredible people.
Yeah, so I got to give a quick shout out to UT Toy Fan. Everybody probably knows him by Chinwei Wee right now. He says legends. There he is right there. We go to Comic Cons. Me and him both. We met Carrie Fisher. We haven't met Harrison Ford, but we've been in the same room as him because we had VIP passes.
Absolutely.
So it was Celebration Orlando, and we were all in the room. Carrie had passed away, so it was like people were giving her their condolences and explaining their stories with Carrie. And then there was 2 chairs that were empty. And I thought, one, well, they're just reserving for Carrie as an honor for her. And then, so we're like, who's going to be the other chair? We don't know. So Lando Calrissian's up there. Billy D. Williams, you know, Peter Mayhew's up there. Everybody's up there. Then they announced Harrison Ford, and the roof literally blew off. And then we're like, well, there's still another chair. They haven't even mentioned Carrie at this point. And then they brought in George Lucas. And then they ended it with a live concert with John Williams. And it's probably the best moment I've had as a Star Wars fan. It's crazy insane.
That's absolutely insane. I think, I never met anyone like within like this. I spoke to Sam Witwer, and I spoke to Ray Park. It was like when the coronavirus started during the pandemic. And he had mentioned an Instagram post, and I just said like, thanks for being an inspiration. And he was just like, yeah, like, you know, make sure you're staying safe, make sure you're, you know, keeping active. Like, and he told me like, hey, you know, maybe you want to start like going on bike rides and stuff. So that was like really cool. Like Darth Maul, like, you know, like talking to me. Like I was like,
all right. Sam Witwer is like one of the biggest fans. He's a true fan, and I heard that he knows every single Star Wars fact. You can give him a question, and without looking at Wikipedia, he will spit it off. He destroys me.
Kind of what happened. He was streaming live one time, and he streams on Twitch. So like he's been streaming Squadrons the past few nights. He was streaming Battlefront 2, and he got the old Master skin like the day before it released, because when the transmission came out, because like obviously he was Sam Witwer. So it was so funny. I went by his stream, and I just asked him like, oh, how was it working with George Lucas? He went on for like 20 minutes just answering my question, and then I told him to say excellent in Maul voice, and of course, you know,
we'll make sure at the closing of this podcast we get a Maul outro, because I didn't have enough time. I didn't have enough time to get an outro trailer done. So you got to exit the way with the Maul voice.
No, but like again, like some of the people that you meet, like, and like, you know, like he's like a fan like us, so it's like pretty cool. But like these type, like here, Mark Hamill said happy birthday to me. That was another thing that was really cool.
That's awesome.
So like those type of people are like, you know, I like it when like people with big platforms don't act like they're like special than anybody else.
Like they're bigger than life. And Sam really is the biggest example of that. Sam will make you feel like he's just a normal dude, and not somebody that we just are fangirling over, you know, because he's one of the
So those are amazing. But like again, like Celebration, I was really disappointed. Got canceled this year. That was actually going to be the first one. I was literally going to fly from the East Coast all the way over to Anaheim, and I wanted to go to Galaxy's Edge. I had a whole thing like planned and what I wanted to do that. Sadly, that wasn't a thing. I was planning on, I saved up. I was going to get Kylo's saber when I went there. I was just going to like plan on a whole weekend, but obviously it didn't work out. So in 2022, I will be seeing you there.
Me and you, T-Toy fan, already have tickets.
Yeah.
They rolled over since it canceled. So we elected to not get the refund. So it rolled over. But there's going to be more tickets. So me and UT are on top of the Comic-Con game. We will make sure anyone who wants to go to Celebration, and we'll do a meetup, and we'll do dinner, and we'll have a big old community dinner. Like we always do that type of stuff. Absolutely. It'll be a good time. So you got Fallen Order. And you started, is that you streamed in November, or you just like really started?
Okay, so the first time I streamed was like, I would say about 2018. Like I streamed for like, I literally just streamed 8 hours a day just for fun, just to say I stream, and like, no one would come by. It was just I didn't even know how to set the category as Fortnite. I would just stream, and then I uploaded my name was Elevens E11EVENZZ. That was like my stream, and I uploaded YouTube videos, and I was part of multiple like Fortnite clans, and I competed into the like 7th round or whatever. Yeah. And then I gave it streaming a shot, and that was it. I mean, half the time my stream would crash because I was on my school college Wi-Fi. So half the time my stream would crash, and then I never streamed from there again. Like I said before, I did play college basketball. I did leave the situation I was at, not knowing what was going to be next. And it was so funny the way things worked out. You know, I always had like a strong passion for Star Wars. That was always been something that's like been like my life. I mean, I used to carry Anakin's yellow starfighter around with me everywhere I went as a kid. You know, I would play like with Lego Star Wars toys all the time. You know, stuff like that. It had a huge role in my life. And then when Rise of Skywalker came out, that's when it just like transformed me more. That's when it became more involved in my life. When I saw the trailer for the first time with the Duel of Fates music in it, I kind of lost it. And a lot of things was going on within my college basketball situation. So what I would do was every single day I would plan out to watch a new movie every day. And I started watching Clone Wars, and then I started watching Rebels. And so from November to I'd say about March, no, all the way up until June, all I did was Star Wars. All I did every single day, I would rewatch something. I rewatched The Mandalorian like 8 times, and I wasn't doing anything with it. I wasn't doing anything with it. It wasn't like I was like, you know, streaming, and not like I was making content or something. I was just literally just watching the movies, just having the best time ever. And then like when I started playing Battlefront 2 every day, every single day, and like of course Fallen Order, something just like clicked with me, I guess you could say. I was just like, you know, this would be kind of cool to make like I don't know, like an Instagram page. So I was like, let me just make some YouTube videos. I'm like, I thought I was kind of good at the game, like just a little bit. So I was like, okay, maybe I can make tips and tutorials. So I invested into an iMac, and the iMac allows you to like get a lot of editing done. So like I got a Photoshop, After Effects, all that good stuff. And all I was doing like is just making straight YouTube content. And that's all I was like. It would take me, I was trying to figure out all the audio stuff. I tried to make audio improvements every time. It would take me like 8 hours sometimes to make a YouTube video.
It takes me, man, if I sit down, now that I got it streamlined, we're talking 6 hours to make one video. Yeah. And that's streamlined. And that's me not procrastinating. Like, and normally I have a Twitch channel up and I'm typing in chat, hanging out. So it takes like 8 hours. But
yeah. So yeah. And then like moving on from that. So I, you know, I just kept like trying to find new ideas. And it was so funny. I always kept this name. It was always this name. I always liked the serpent in the Rise of Skywalker. I might do a name change soon, but you know, whatever. But besides that, so like I started doing Instagram clips every day. I tagged Sam Witwer and I posted one of the clips on Twitter, and he favored it and stuff. So that was pretty cool. It was like a Darth Maul. It was like one of the first clips. It's up there. Yeah. And then I started meeting a lot of other content creators, and like a few others like commented on, like, you know, like Wolf like commented on the video. So I was like, okay, maybe I can like do some cool stuff with this. So then I just started streaming just for a side, and the stream literally looked like all pixelated, all like a cardboard. Like it looked horrible. I streamed directly from my Xbox in like 480p. Half the stream, it would be a lucky stream if it didn't crash. If the stream didn't crash, then my day was accomplished for the first 2 weeks of streaming. And then I just went on from there. And then everything I would work every day, and everything I would do every time I would work to earn anything would just go directly back to the stream and the iMac and then the capture card and the mic.
Yeah.
And just like little stuff like that. And then like now
just dove right into it.
Yeah. And it's like now like with this PC and everything, it's like everything I've ever dreamt of. And it's just
it came full circle. Like you were just putting it, whatever you could. So anyone out there listening, you don't have to have the PC. Like I have this PC right here. You have the PC now. But man, when I started streaming, no one's gonna believe this. You can do the iFollowage on my account. My account's like almost 7 years old. I have an original Justin TV account. Twitch bought Justin TV because from the Halo days, people would use that to broadcast to save their video, so you can watch gameplay and then analyze it like it's a sport or something. Okay, we went left here, we got spawn trapped, so that's how that worked. And then, so I streamed on Justin TV. I streamed Pokemon Yellow on Justin TV in like 2008, and then I stopped doing it. And then I'd go back to it, and I'd go back to it, and I'd quit. And I did it in 2018 with the help of my sidekick, my partner, HK47 Fireman. He helped me get affiliate in 2018. And then from there,
here for a while, you're a veteran.
So then work. Yeah. But then I took another big break, like almost a year and a half, which would have got me to the coronavirus, unfortunately. And then when that happened, like I trained jiu-jitsu every day. I couldn't go train. I go to the gym, couldn't go to the gym. All I could do is go work, come home, watch Star Wars. And I was like, well, maybe I can just kick open I can go to the stream again and then give it 100% this time, because I literally have nothing else to do. So I did that, and things still weren't working out for me. So I was like, well, what's another option? So I went into full research mode, which is how I know so much Star Wars, because I'll just sit at a computer and read Wikipedia for 8 hours, Wikipedia. And then I was like, well, I need a YouTube channel. So I started Star Wars Quick Clips and just dove into it. And then one day I was like, what's the next step? Let's not just do a follow for follow. We'll get into that when we do talking about Twitch and our problems with follow for follow. So we know that doesn't work. And I was like, well, I want to play Battlefront. That means I have a connection with people like you because we love Star Wars. So I would go into streams, not just be there to be there. Like I actually wanted to be people's friends. So I entered your stream, you shouted me out, and then the story wrote we're on like chapter 6 now, man. It's crazy. So you were like, hey man, do you stream? And I said,
I didn't know you
yes.
were a vet though. That's crazy. Jeez. I started doing all this mid-June, so like you have like years on me. So yeah,
years, but with big gaps and the key thing here, a lot of mistakes, man. You Travesty, there's a lot of people that have have paved the way, and it's a true testament that if you're doing the wrong thing, it doesn't matter how long you do it, it's simply just the wrong way. And I was doing the wrong way for a long time, and you guys showed me how to do it. And then I've incorporated that into my YouTube channel, and then now we're here, and we've created, a pretty, well, everybody knows I like to say a powerful community. It might be small right now, but every single member in there is a powerful, powerful person, and they can do big things, every single one of them. Sergeant Gaming, I'm giving you a shout out right now. Like guys like that, when they're so young, they have the world is in front of them, man. And I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that everybody's succusable.
Well, I think the cool part is it's like, regardless of age, you can feel welcome here, because we all love the same thing. We all love Star Wars, and even some people. I don't want to. Well, I can say names. Yeah, like Whisper, Furter Fox, like that, like people that haven't really like dove into like the Star Wars world that much, and then like your knowledge, for example, or my knowledge, for example, could introduce it to people who've never watched it before. Started binge watching Mandalorian, all this stuff, and just being able to introduce something like what it means to us and introduce it to others. You can really share that experience, and I think through streaming. I've only been doing this for like 4 months, but I don't know. Like I've probably met the best people I've ever met through streaming compared to anything else. I played college basketball. I played last summer. I played in a professional league against multiple NBA players, and and I was around multiple different people that would help me and stuff like that. But the relationships that you develop through streaming that I've developed, I think it's just, again, and I always say it on stream, but this is just like this situation that we're in with this pandemic just brought all of us together. And, I think that we all have something in common. I think we all found a passion that we never knew we had. So I think we all have something in common. So that's like,
and it's almost like when I'm watching your streams, man, it's like me and you are hanging out. Like, and when I'm hanging out with 30 other people too, or whatever the viewership is, I'm hanging out with those people. Unlike if me and you just got in a lobby and we didn't stream, then it's just me and you hanging out. We're playing a video game. I don't see your face. There's no interaction. It's just a blank space in your mind behind the video and the audio. And then when you're streaming, it's a totally new level. And now that you have a webcam, man, once you get fully used to it, man, you're gonna be able to interact with people on a whole new level. Your stream's just gonna go all the way
webcam up. What webcam? What are you talking about? Get the Baby Yoda hat though. No, but I'm gonna be so honest with you, and like just so I can get this out the way, like if I was ever gonna do a webcam, I wouldn't have rather done it anywhere else than like this, because like just being with someone else like this, like you, and like that, you become a brother to me and a really great friend. So there's no other way I would have tried to do this. So yeah.
So we talked about how we kind of got started. We're streaming now. We both play Battlefront 2. You would say, I know that's your main game. I would say
my life.
That's my main game too. But mine's different. I play Battlefront probably as much as anybody else as well, but I didn't play because I'm a shooter from Halo. I only wanted to play Supremacy. And then when I noticed almost everybody that streams is playing Heroes and Villains, and that's what people want to see, I'm fine with that. So I had to adapt really quickly. My highest level is Aiden right now, and she's like 115, and that's like a month worth of grind right there. And then I got Yoda and Palpatine, but you and then like Captain Ron has like 4 maxes. I'm like, man, I'm never gonna get there.
It's not about that though. Just enjoy what you do, and that's all that matters. But the thing is about the game, it's like what like I like so much about it. It's just the fact that like it's not real. Like nothing in it is okay. How do I explain it? Like you're in a galaxy far, far away. That's how I feel every single time I play the game, off stream, on stream, with someone else. Like the fact that I could just like get like a BB-9E or like a BB-8 against like Darth Vader or something. Like that's just like something that like they're just like little experiences like that within the game that just makes it so much fun. And again, you could just escape into reality and just be yourself. Now, in terms of like with PC, with the mods, now that is another story. Now that is the best thing I've ever like incorporated and I've ever like came across. Like now I'm realizing that you can even add people that aren't even in Star Wars, that like Spider-Man or the Among Us characters or little stuff like that, or Woody from Toy Story. And I was able to like things that you've ever dreamt of, right? In Star Wars, like you always dreamt of a battle damage Vader in the game. You've always dreamt of Ahsoka in the game, Baby Yoda in the game. And now you can like play with those things. So like definitely that PC world has opened up my creativity. I'm up till 3 a.m. sometimes just looking for mods, just having fun. And we in our Discord we also do sometimes where I share the screen and then everyone just picks out the mods that you want to see, and
it makes it more interactive because now they see the mods that they picked and ready to go. Mm-hmm. So when you're not playing Battlefront 2, what are you going to play?
I'm always going to stick around Star Wars. That's always going to be something that's like going to be around the stream, and that'll never change. I'm going to incorporate now with the PC with more Phasmophobia, Among Us, Fall Guys. I'm going to incorporate a lot more games now and stream a lot more games. But Star Wars is just always going to have the place in my heart. And everything that we do around here within the Discord, within the YouTube, within the streams, it's always no matter what. I'm never going away from that.
This is it's a pure Star Wars community. And then like me, if I'm not playing Battlefront 2, I'm going to stick, to classic games, Knights of the Republic. Man, I'm even planning on playing the old Jedi Academy after I'm done with Knights of the Republic.
Auto racing games, Lego Star Wars. That's the thing, though. Okay, like I don't think what people understand is that like, yes, there's going to be Lego Star Wars is going to come out in like 6 months, give or take, or early next year, there's going to be more and more games. Fallen Order is going to come out. There's going to be a lot of more games. I think there's going to be a third Battlefront. I think there's going to be a Battlefront 3 down the road. I think they're working on a lot of projects. They're going to double down on projects, EA and DICE. So we'll see what happens. But like I said, Star Wars is always going to have like that place in my heart, and it's just I can't ever leave that. And I know you can as well. You can't leave it as well.
Yeah, I'll be playing Battlefront as long as there's lobbies to play. So, and that's the thing. As long as we can keep consistent lobbies, I think we'll be fine. Obviously, we want crossplay and we want a community of 50,000 players, but we have to adapt and overcome.
Yeah.
And then Fallen Order 2. I mean, that's official. Like that's gonna happen. Just a matter of when. And I
think it's 2021 or 2022.
Yeah. And the thing with Fallen Order, the problem I have with campaign games is I love them and those are like my favorite. But if somebody else is gonna play it, they're not really gonna. Yeah, they're not gonna. They can't interact with it because like they just want to experience it themselves. They want to experience the movie and the plot. Because if you miss, we won't even talk about the spoiler at the end of Fallen Order. But if you got that spoiled and you were gonna play the game, it's a bad time. Because when that popped up, I was like, what's going on here? So you that's one of those games, man. Yeah, it can't be spoiled. So I get it, and that's why we need a multiplayer. And I like the idea of just a heroes versus villains game, because I truly do believe that Squadrons is a coding that they just took from Battlefront 2, made it better, and then gave us a game. So they could do that with heroes and villains, and then a Galactic Assault Supremacy game.
Yeah.
So
focusing on different game modes. This is what I say. It's 2020. You just got Squadrons, which focus on Starfighter Assault. You get an HVV game. Get a GA/Supremacy game, get like a Blast type of game, or it doesn't even have to be that many projects, but like two more games, at least multiplayer, smaller games, and then cap it all off in 2023 when the new film comes out, the next Star Wars film, cap it all off with a Battlefront 3, and then just go from there. It's 2020, and the game is still, you can still have new content with the mods and stuff like that, and it's still very much alive. Yes, is the community split up? Absolutely, it's definitely split up in terms of like you have your positive players and your toxic players. That's going to be in every single community. Yeah. But the game is very much alive, and I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, it's definitely not, especially with the mods. I think I've noticed a lot of people are moving to PC. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna get like an SSD for this computer, and then we're gonna start because I need the Darth Revan mod. I'm gonna play. I'll just play co-op. I don't care.
Mm-hmm. And then exactly. It's so fun. It's so much fun. Yeah.
And then do you ever can see yourself playing like I'm gonna play Halo Infinite when it comes out. Do you ever see yourself playing like a new like it's Cold War next week or something?
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna I might test it out, but like I'm probably gonna stick with Star Wars for now. Again, it'll be Star Wars mixed with like occasional other games, like
80% Star Wars, 20%.
Yeah, like I'm thinking of adding Among Us, Phasmophobia, and Fall Guys. I've never played Fall Guys yet. So.
See, I did Among Us. If I'm streaming on my PC, man, I get I got to mute this. I got to go here. I got to go to Discord, mute that, click on this. My brain can't do it.
Well, you can set up hotkeys. When I play Battlefront 2 and when we're on PC and I stream, I literally just set up 2 hotkeys for Discord. I have my Discord call in up here. I hit the number 7. Number 7 is mute. Number 8 is deaf. So deafen, it just mutes everybody. 7, it just mutes myself. So you can always do that. That's always an option that way.
I'll definitely need to incorporate that then if I start playing Battlefront 2 on the PC. So
it's so different. It's so different.
It looks like it runs smooth. It looks like a brand new game when you play it. It makes me like, that's why I think I'm going to go get an SSD as soon as I can. Yeah. And actually I might do it today. Today was payday.
Step of it. Not only Battlefront 2, just the other opportunities you can get with other games. It's a lot of fun.
So let's get into some Mandalorian talk. Yeah, Mandalorian talk. So let's just
Before we start, I have to. I know you have so much, and I really ask that you just show off your helmet right behind you right now before we get started. But I do have this, and I just can't go on with the podcast without just like Just like having it here. There you go. There you go. Mm-hmm.
This is the way.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Ah,
you know,
I have my saber with me. I have to get the blade though. I'll do it towards the end. I have my saber with me. I just have to get out the blade. The blade is a little bit.
Couldn't hear you. I'm sorry. My headset.
No, I have the saber right here. It's like right here in my hand. As a matter of fact. But I have to get the blade. The blade is right there. So I'll get that towards the end of the podcast.
I got you. So when you first heard The Mandalorian, what was your thoughts? Like, it's a TV show, and then they're like The Mandalorian. Did you think Boba Fett, or what was your thinking behind that?
I think everyone thought Boba Fett. I mean, we've never gotten how do I explain it? We've never gotten. That's wrong. I was gonna say we never got character. Well, we never got character development within a Mandalorian within any film. We never saw much of Boba Fett. We never saw much of Jango Fett. That was just like all small footage and stuff like that. And not really a lot of character development. So when I saw this for the first time, it was kind of a shocker, and I didn't really know what to expect. I went in there with no expectations. No one expected Baby Yoda. No one expected the child. No one ever expected that. And the way they kept that secret was just absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And you know what I keep thinking about? I think it's episode 4. You know, when they're in like the village and you have all those kids. Imagine all those kids that were there that had to keep this a secret for months. Yeah. They couldn't tell a friend in school. They couldn't tell anyone. And then this thing right here, this Baby Yoda, a $3 million puppet. It's just like, no one knows about it.
Isn't that crazy? Like, I've heard Star Wars has the most strict NDA policies ever. Like, if you do it, you're going to lose your house pretty much. Like, if you say like, hey, I seen Anakin Skywalker and he's going to kill Mace Windu. And then if that got out, whoever was on the set is pretty much done for. Like, that's how powerful Lucasfilm is. So yeah, those kids, man, much respect. And then they brought in a local 501st to be stormtroopers. Like, as a fan, does it get any better than that?
In episode 8, all over just 501st, which by the way is actually my dream to do. I'm actually figuring out and working on towards doing something along the lines of a 332nd, maybe a Captain Vaughn or something like that.
That's
my dream. So I'm
definitely remember talking to you about the helmet and stuff, because a lot of the things that you enjoy are like props and 501st building and stuff like that. So we get to the Mandalorian. So I thought that it's going to be about all of the Mandalorians in general, not just one. And then when we're watching it, the lead up, we kind of knew at a certain point it's going to be focused on this one Mandalorian. But now, I guess we'll get into that in a second. I'll get into my whole theories and stuff. But when they introduced Baby Yoda, and like you said, it was a big surprise. Did you think it was like, what would you like? Is this a clone, or is this a species of whatever Yoda is?
That question still bugs me to today. That's the problem. I never thought it was like the son. I think okay, when The Rise of Skywalker came out, and I don't know if you remember, it was episode 7, I believe it was. They were like, hey, be careful, look really close at the end of this at this episode, because it's going to tie into The Rise of Skywalker. And that was like the whole healing thing. When I watched The Rise of Skywalker, I saw what happened with Palpatine with the cloning. Well, when you read the book, it mentions that he was cloned. That's when I started taking an approach. Okay, like maybe this is the clone, and I feel like, and this is like really like my vision, and this is what season 2 of Mandalorian I think is going to happen. Season 3, I think, first of all, and I don't want to get too ahead like into Mandalorian season 2, because we're talking about season 1 first. But in the trailer, just dropping this in real quick, there is a part where you see a snowy planet, which I thought was Elam, by the way.
Yeah.
Elam becomes Starkiller Base, which is seen in The Force Awakens. I think that everything you see in The Mandalorian is going to tie into the sequels. And I think that whole cloning thing with Palpatine is somehow going to tie in with Baby Yoda.
If Disney does anything really well, it's making one big universe, and they've proven that with the Avengers. Well, we had 21 movies, and everything is tied in pretty flawlessly. In that they do cameos and everything. I think the Mandalorian is going to do. It's going to break off that TV show universe. So if they introduce new characters, they're going to do it through the Mandalorian because it's so popular now. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to get like 4 or 5 spinoffs. Obviously, Cassian Andor can't because we know his end result, but everybody else is going to be centered around this timeline, I think. So I completely agree with you. They're going to try to tie it into the movies, the books, everything they can.
I love the sequels, but I know it receives so much hate.
Yeah.
It receives so much hate. Same with the prequels. And look at the prequels now. Everyone loves the prequels. Everyone would die. Everyone would do anything to have Hayden Christensen in another film. And that aged well. I think the sequels are going to age well. And I think The Mandalorian is going to tie into the sequels because The Mandalorian, everyone loves The Mandalorian. If Disney ties that into the sequels, people are going to appreciate it so much more. So much more. They're already tying in the new the Galaxy's Edge game, the VR game. They're tying that into the sequels. There are some sequel characters in that with Batu and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The more they tie in the sequels, the more it'll age well.
Yeah, how cool is that? Batu is canon. Like if you go to Disney World, you're walking through a canon.
I've been twice.
Like it's insane.
I've been twice, which is actually how I got this and the saber and all that stuff. But like that, going to Galaxy's Edge is like that's okay. That's going to be a separate segment because I could talk on like 3 hours for that on how amazing it was. That was like a dream. It was like a dream come true. God, if anyone like when this pandemic ends, I recommend everyone goes because it is.
Yeah, just get there as fast as possible.
So amazing.
When me and UT Toy Fan went, it was probably it's one of the top moments of a Star Wars fan's life when they go. I love it, every second of it. So when we talk about the child, I personally enjoy it. Like they do so many good Easter eggs in Mandalorian season 1. The assassin droids in the prison episode, those are HK units. Though they ripped that straight from Knights of the Republic. And there's just little things like that, or they'll pull out.
Let me see something.
Just like items and stuff straight from the original trilogy, and they're bringing it in there. And then we'll get to Moff Gideon in a few minutes, but the Easter eggs that they put in the show, I think are the some of the best out there because everybody gets drawn to. If you're a prequel fan, there's Easter eggs. If you're an OT fan, there's Easter eggs in there. Sequel fans, everything. So Mandalorian is the reason why everybody came together is because everybody can love it.
Episode 5. Sorry, I was just looking at that episode. That's what I'm saying with the Easter eggs. I just looked it up. Episode 5 was the gunslinger.
Yeah.
And this is how I think it's going to tie into season 2. Remember those footsteps that we see at the end?
Yeah, the one cliffhanger in the whole show. who do you
never answered that? I thought it was going to be answered in the next episode. Never was.
Yeah.
That right there, I think that's our ticket into season 2. And where season 1 left off, obviously, they had like a whole nother journey, and it was good. Every single episode was a cliffhanger. I think every episode kept you on edge. That was kind of similar how season 7 was, the last 4 episodes of Clone Wars. I could not think straight for the next week until that next episode came out. And it was the same thing with Mandalorian. So we're actually, it comes out. The first episode is not even 7 hours away. So when that comes out, I think it's definitely gonna leave us in a cliffhanger for the next episode. But where season 1 left off, I think there's just so much stuff, and there's so many rumors. And I think we can get into the rumors now. Yeah. There are a few characters.
Yeah, it's not spoilers, guys. These are rumors. These are not. None of these are proven. So, I think we can talk. I don't see any problem with it.
Ahsoka, Tano, Boba Fett, Bo-Katan.
Yeah, I think Bo-Katan's 100% because they have the girl from is it Stargate? What's her name?
Sasha Banks.
No, the girl who plays Bo-Katan. She looks just like.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Well, the voice actress for Bo-Katan is absolutely incredible. But yes, IMDb cast in the casting section, and now it's gone. For episode 1, it was already posted on IMDb, and it was posted on there.
You always
It was going to be Bo-Katan, Boba Fett, and Ahsoka all in episode 1. Only those 3 names, which I wouldn't doubt, though. Now, okay. And I would say this, but this is my fear. I only have one fear with this. I hope that this show doesn't. Katie Sackhoff, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I hope that this show doesn't go away from what made it special, and that's that it was its own thing. You can never have watched a Star Wars movie in your life and you could enjoy The Mandalorian. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, you don't have to be super lore based to enjoy The Mandalorian. I mean, it's that good of a story. And then when they bring in these other characters, it's just going to expand the universe, and then it's going to create new fans, and then little kids that look up to Ahsoka in the Clone Wars and stuff. Now they're going to see her in reality. And man, they're just the future for these young ones out there watching Star Wars now with The Mandalorian, they're just gonna love life so much, man. They're gonna do so much with it.
And I'm so excited for it. I have no doubt and I only say this because the people working on The Mandalorian is just absolutely so talented. Like the directing crew and everything in the producers are so talented. So that's why I feel like they will take a careful approach. But I just hope that they really protect our love characters, because Ahsoka, I can't see anyone else but Ashley Eckstein playing as Ahsoka.
Disney has the technology to do this right. It has to be Ashley's voice, and then they can use Rosario's likeness. That's fine, but it has to be Ashley's voice.
The thing is, I don't think they did, because she did make an Instagram post saying how she was. And if anyone in here doesn't know, Ashley Eckstein is the voice of Ahsoka throughout all of Clone Wars, throughout Rebels, throughout the Galaxy of Adventures, all that, all the small segments as well. And her life is basically Ahsoka. She made she has a clothing store, her universe and our universe, I believe it's called. Yeah. And they have a clothing line. This shirt right here is actually from that site as well. So I just hope they don't, I don't know if she'll have the voice as her. I hope that she does, but if she doesn't, I just hope they really protect that character, because
she's sacred. At this point, she is sacred. So let's wrap up season 1 real quick, and then we can get into the rest of season 2. So the ending. Let's just hop. Most of everybody's seen season 1, so you get to the ending with. Well, he was introduced in episode 7, Moff Gideon. He comes in, makes a grand entrance. What did you think of his character?
I think he had a very
what he possessed,
dominant character type of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like he was like when he came in right out of that tie for the first time with all the troopers, all the death. First of all, seeing the death troopers in Lauren was absolutely amazing. Small details like that, and just I think his character is going to have a really huge role in season 2. I think the cliffhanger leaving off with the Darksaber was the most incredible thing ever. Because we've been it's been almost a year now, 10 months about that we've been on the edge with what's going to happen next with this Darksaber, and we know everything about the Darksaber. We see Bo-Katan hold it last, so that's how I think Bo-Katan is going to, tie into this. We saw who else did we see? We saw Pre Vizsla hold the saber. We had Maul have the saber, and then obviously in like Legends, there's way more that you can dive into. But just speaking within Clone Wars and Rebels. So that's like the last time we really see it in the timeline.
Yeah.
So now being able to see it, it's like, where did he even get it? There's so many questions. How did he get it?
Somehow.
How is the Empire still so strong? Like,
yeah, somehow he received it through the Great Purge. Like, I don't know how. I don't know if this was addressed in the show and I missed it, or that he's a Great Purge veteran, but when I was doing research on Moff Gideon, he's a Great Purge veteran. So I'm assuming in some battle, some epic climax out there, he won it somehow or stole it. One of the two, probably stole it. He doesn't really, unless he's unless he's a Force user. That's always a possibility.
Yeah.
But the Darksaber, man, when it's been passed down through Sabine, now Bo-Katan, now Moff Gideon. It's a symbol of the Mandalorian people. So Din needs that, I think. So because I believe what's going to happen is, because in the trailer they say that he's looking for Mandalorians. I think 6 months ago we would have thought he's looking for Jedi, because we thought he's going to try to get the child to the Jedi. Now he's looking for old Mandalorians. So with that, I think he's going to try to reunite the clans. And to do that, you need to be the title of Mandalore. And to have the title of Mandalore, you need the Darksaber.
Yeah.
So who better to do it than Din Djarin? Or may I say his name, Boba Fett, if he's out there. You know.
Exactly.
So do you think they're going to go bring Force users into the show besides like Ahsoka? Like, are they trying to like poke that Moff Gideon is, because Ahsoka's, if he's not Force user, Ahsoka will destroy Moff Gideon in combat. No bueno, right? So how are they going to implement his character into the action?
Well, okay, how they're going to implement his character? I believe that there's going to be a background. Okay, let me backtrack a little bit. Okay, first of all, there's rumors that Tamara Morrison isn't even going to be in it. Mm-hmm. Supposedly, he's just going to be flashbacks, and Boba Fett is actually dead, and then someone just took his armor. That's like one rumor going up in the air. So I think we're going to see flashbacks. I think there's going to be a lot of things where, like I said, they said there's going to be a lot of Darksaber action, right? They're probably going to have to go back, take a step back, and be like, how did he get this saber? Maybe Mando has to go search for how he obtained it, you know, because I feel like his two journeys are finding the Jedi, and I feel like if Ahsoka does appear, that'll be like later in episode 7 or 7, 8 or 8, and I think that will like tie into then a separate Ahsoka series. You know what I mean? Leaving it with like a huge cliffhanger like that, because there's rumors that there's an Ahsoka series, a Lando series, a Maul series, and all this stuff. Yeah. But I really think like with the Darksaber, I think Bo-Katan is going to play the role in that. I think she's going to be the one that maybe helps Mando. They're both fellow Mandalorian. Obviously, one's by creed, one is by blood. So, you know, I think that she'll be the one to help him. I think Mando has to seek her. Something along those lines. And I mean, Sabine is tied with Ahsoka. It's just, there's just so many, like, oh God, it could like, there's so many ideas that you can have. Yeah. There's just like, there's not one straight path with it.
So I have to give credit where credit's due. So one of the Revenites, Miller, said that he believes that the planet's Crownest. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It's in Rebels season 3. The planet where
1 second.
Bye. No. Here we can I can do a Maul series. You lived garbage for 14 years. Ben, bro.
Yeah.
So the planet Crownest, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I really don't. It's a symbol for Clan Ren. So Sabine was there, and that's, if I read it right, I can't really remember the names of these planets. There's so much up there. That's where, isn't that where Sabine defeated? Help me out with the name. Who did Sabine fight with? Yeah, Gar Saxon. Isn't that where she defeated him? And that's a snowy planet.
And that was when they had that exactly. Drew. They had the stronghold. That's where they had the stronghold as well.
Yeah. So it's a Mandalorian stronghold controlled planet. And he's looking for Mandalorian people. He needs the last person to hold it, who we know is probably Bo-Katan and Sabine Wren. So maybe they're there. Do you think that's a possibility?
That could be it. That could be the snowy planet that we see. I still think it's Elam, because he takes the child, and the way they make it look like, I think that's like, it just ties in so well with like the Kyber crystals. And I think they played it so perfectly. The way they made these trailers are so perfect. They made the first trailer, and they probably put like a total of like 4 different scenes. Yeah. And they got the second trailer, and they just added on to those scenes.
Yeah, it's like they reversed the order.
There's a few things that we can see from each of the scenes. First off, we see that snowy planet that we have no idea about. You say it might be the stronghold. That could be a thing. And that there's that one point. So there's 2 points that we can have here. Who has a Darksaber? How did he get the Darksaber? How did Moff Gideon get the Darksaber? And who does Baby Yoda belong to? So you can go the route of the stronghold, and that's finding the Darksaber. You can go the route of Elam, and that's finding the Jedi or the Kyber crystal, going to the sacred planet. So you can go both ways. That's the thing.
And so I originally thought it was Elam too, and I don't even think it's Crownus, man. And I'm completely biased. I know this. I talked to Sergeant about this. They've already mentioned the Old Republic. Everybody wants the Old Republic. They mentioned whenever you get introduced to the armorer about the how the Jedi sorcerers fought Mandalore the Great.
I love that character
so much. When Revan defeated Mandalore, he took his mask and he hid it because the Mandalorian's mask is the same symbol as what they're making the Darksaber to be. So I think they're trying to implement the Old Republic as much as they can, because I do believe that there's going to be an Old Republic series eventually.
100%.
So the way to do this is you go to where Revan hid the mask, which is the planet Rakai, and it's a snowy planet. It's a Mandalorian. I don't know what the term would be. Not a holy place, but the exact opposite, like a place we don't go, like a no man's land. So that's what that planet is to them.
Mustafar.
Mustafar. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So he takes this mask and he hides it in a tomb of an ancient Sith Lord. And then somewhere down the line, because he loses his memory, right? He takes Canderous Ordo to find the mask, and then he gives the mask to Canderous Ordo, and he becomes Mandalore the Preserver. It's a holy type place. Like I said, I don't know the word for it, but it is a Mandalorian controlled type planet. It has relics there and deeper knowledge for him to search for Mandalorians. And I think that's an easy way to tie in the Knights of the Republic. Easy way. Because imagine a holocron being in there. Be insane.
I think there was inside the holocron. I think there's a lot of things that could be in the future for Old Republic. I think definitely the High Republic is something that they're going to touch on a lot, which is 300 years before Phantom Menace. That's going to be something that's going to be touched on a lot. We see already the books, the comics that are coming out. I think that's what's going to be the next movie series, the next trilogy. I think that is going to be on the High Republic. So those are two eras, of course. And I know nothing about the High Republic, if you want to be honest. I know nothing about the High Republic. So that's going to be...
That's why you got me.
Exactly. So it's going to be interesting to touch on that. So more in this for season 2 and about these characters. I think overall, if these new characters that are rumored, which we're going to find out we could find out in 6-7 hours.
How insane is that? Before we meet, because I know you stay up super late. So before you go to bed,
party for it tonight.
We're gonna
at the second of release. I am not missing that for a beat. And the first episode is 52 minutes long. It's gonna be absolutely insane.
Crazy.
It's just the thing is, I've been thinking over the past few weeks, and I just can't put anything together. I can't put anything together because, with Star Wars, you got to be so careful with everything because you're gonna be let down more than the times that you're gonna be happy with the results.
Yeah, because they have to try to please.
When Rise of Skywalker came out, I was like, okay, this is what I want. And I don't want to get too much into the sequels or anything like that. But I told myself, all I want to do is I just want to see Anakin. I heard Rise of Skywalker. I'm like, oh my God, Anakin's going to be he's going to come as the Force Ghost, whatever. And I love the Rise of Skywalker. It's in my top 5, but I was so disappointed because I didn't see Anakin. And you're gonna have so many disappointments with these films, with these episode series. So I want to take it with a grain of salt when it comes to these characters. Ahsoka obviously is it's my two characters are Anakin and Ahsoka. Ahsoka is everything for me. So if I see Ahsoka tonight, I'm gonna freak out. But I don't want to bank off of that. But God, it's just and I feel like there's gonna be a surprise character we have no idea about. It's gonna be another Baby Yoda. There's gonna be another Baby Yoda that's gonna be in here.
The power of John and Dave Filoni is unmatched. The things that they're capable of and giving us. I don't see Mandalorian season 2 failing us. We're all gonna be hyped for it. I truly believe that.
At all, and I think it will have something good because a lot of people that have watched Mandalorian season 1 never watched a Star Wars movie. That inspired them to watch Star Wars movies, right? Inspired them to watch all the films. I know tons of people, family members, friends of mine in real life. I think that this season, if they bring in these characters like Ahsoka and Bo-Katan, where did they come from?
Yeah.
They're in Clone Wars. They're in Rebels. Okay, let me go check that out.
Yeah.
You're gonna get everyone on the Clone Wars, which is where my heart is. You're gonna get everyone on Rebels, and it's just gonna be, it's gonna bring balance to the Force. It's gonna. This season it's gonna be game changing. I know that for a fact. It's gonna be game changing. And season 1 was already stunning. It's every episode just got better and better.
So there's so much. We're obviously leaving a lot of stuff out from season 1 because we're trying to keep this relatively around an hour, maybe an hour and a half tops. But yeah, season 1, man, is to me some of the best television that you can see, and that's not even being a Star Wars fan. Like, the quality is amazing. They use the same technology they used in Solo with that green screen that goes all the way around.
It's what do they call it? The vault? No, I'm wrong. I know I'm wrong. Yeah,
but
it's a 360.
Yeah,
360.
If anyone doesn't know what that is, like, it's a 360 green screen, and then, like, so when Han Solo goes into hyperspace, Alden is literally seeing that, and you can see the reflection of the hyperspace in his eyes. So it's the same for the Mandalorian, like the reflection in his visor and stuff like that. So I think we covered pretty much all we needed to cover in season 1. We got the Darksaber. We kind of delved into that. Well, Quill, rest in peace. So they're going to need to have a character rise up to take his place. So maybe they just, do you think they give Cara Dune and Greef Karga more screen time, or are they going to give that to?
There's one character who I saw that's in this trailer, in the second trailer. What's his name? I don't know the species of him. In episode 1, I swear I saw him in the trailer. The fish.
Yeah, the blue guy.
The fish guy. Yeah, whatever. I saw him in the trailer. There's going to be something that's so off to me. I don't know how. I mean, they're going to go back, and obviously Greef Karga and Cara Dune are going to have more of a role. 100% they're going to have more of a role, because you saw the volume. There you go. The volume. That's what it was called. Yeah, the volume, which is absolutely stunning how they did that. And they did Lion King, and they did a few other films, but they really took it the other way with The Mandalorian. But going back, I think they're going to have more of a role. And this is so small, and people probably, like, I'm probably the only one who's noticed this, like, and cares about this. But if you realize with Greef Karga, you see his facial hair.
Yeah, he's
whiter facial hair. So this is maybe indicating that it didn't leave off right away when season 1 ended. It could have been like a year or whatever. I'm just saying, maybe I'm wrong, but it's just little things like that. Because with Mandalorian, the thing is, it's like, God, there's just so many things that like they just throw in there as little. Yeah. I didn't even notice this, but a lot of people, and maybe I'm the only one who has noticed this, but a lot of people say that Baby Yoda is hidden in the original season 1 trailer and coming out of the Razor Crest, and I never noticed that. I've never noticed that, but a lot of people say it. So, like, little things like that, if you really pay attention to details, you can pick some stuff out.
Yeah, when it's all said and done, you're gonna be like, man, like, something's going to be in like an episode 2 of season 1, and it's going to slide me in the face.
The way they play this out, the way Dave Filoni is going to play this out is absolutely insane. And if you don't know who Dave Filoni is, he's just a mastermind. And what
George Lucas Jr.
What he did with season 7 of Clone Wars did it for me. That's what made me just fall in love. Like,
I know you've seen it on IMDb, but I would have to assume that Ahsoka's appearance is the episode that he directs, and I thought I saw that he directs episode 6 or something like that, and not episode 1. But if that is the case, then he was on the set for season 1 or episode 1 the entire time. I just can't see him letting anybody have that character or ruin it in any way.
He's not. He can't. He created that character with George. He's not gonna. There's no way that this character is gonna be affected in any way. And this is why his relationship with Ashley Eckstein is so close, and they're so close. He is going to be I know it's going to be so cautious with it. And that's what hurt me. Ashley Eckstein posted a video. I don't know if you know this. She posted an Instagram video around the time when all the Rosario Dawson rumors were going around.
Yeah.
I love her to pieces. I think she's absolutely incredible. She actually uploaded an Instagram video of her, and if you follow her on Instagram, at Ashley Eckstein, she posts a lot of mental health videos and help, and that actually inspired me in terms of, with the Discord server and stuff like that, and adding a mental health tag to stream every day. So with her, she was like upset, and she posted a video of her being sad. So I really hope that they just didn't mess her over, and that's my only concern. I really hope that they take a careful approach with these characters that are so beloved, and someone like Ahsoka more than Bo-Katan, because Ahsoka is a lot of people's favorite character. And the way they started off with Ahsoka, I did not like Ahsoka at the beginning. I don't think anyone did. From the Clone Wars movie, the season.
Yeah, just an annoying little kid.
Once season 3 started, that's when I started loving her a lot, and I loved her character development. Season 7, it was prime time Ahsoka for me. For her, and spoiler alert if you haven't seen season 7. But you know, when Rex and her, it was against all the clones. She refused to kill the clones. You know, meanwhile all the other Jedi are taking down all the clones, and she refused. She had all the blasters set to stun for Rex, and she refused to kill any of them. And the ship was going down. Go ahead.
Yeah, the parallels in that. So you have a gray Jedi. She's like, say, I'm no Jedi, so she's a gray Jedi, and she doesn't kill any of the clones. And then a galaxy away on Coruscant, Yoda and Kenobi just destroy them, no mercy. So it's like, who's the real heroes? Who's the real heroes and villains in this? You know, and Ahsoka really takes up that mantle because there are flaws in the Jedi Order.
Yeah.
Anakin kind of exposed them, except he fell completely off. But Ahsoka, I think, is the true outlier. And then here's what I believe Luke is trying to say, and I have my differences with how they treated Luke Skywalker in the sequel trilogy. But when he says the Jedi have to end, I believe he's saying that it is over. He's the last Jedi because Ahsoka has created a new code. It's not Jedi, it's not Sith, it's whatever she chooses it to be, whatever name she goes, because she showed us the right way in the Clone Wars, and now she's going to show it in the Mandalorian, and then she's going to take the child, she's going to take Cal Kestis, she's going to take, who am I missing? Any other Force user, and she's going to create a new order of Force users under a new banner.
And then there you go. And then that's how season 2 is going to end. And it's going to correlate into a new Ahsoka series. And that Ahsoka series is going to be her recruiting all the new Jedis. And there you go. And that's your Star Wars content for like the next 2 years.
Yeah, dude. It's
but you know, it was really interesting. I forgot who said it. I think it might have been Dave Filoni. It might have been J.J. Abrams. I'm not really sure. J.J. Abrams, I mean. In Rise of Skywalker, you hear Ahsoka's voice at the end, towards the end, speaking to Rey. Supposedly, I don't know who said it. It was either JJ or Dave Filoni. I can confirm that. I'll look it up. But one of them did say that just because you heard her voice doesn't mean she was dead. Doesn't mean she was a Force ghost.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yet she was with all the Jedi. I think she is a Jedi at heart. Like her intentions is what Jedi should be, but the Jedi was so corrupt and so unorganized, and obviously you just said it, like, you know, when in season 7, what was it, Bad Batch series, when Anakin slices what's his name, you know, the ugly guy with the 8 arms. Oh god,
I know what you're talking about.
I hated that character. Yeah, that's the, he always make those sounds. Whatever. Yeah, when Anakin slices, he's like, "Oh yeah, you're a Jedi. You're not supposed to be doing that." He's like, "I'm not like the rest of them." That's like you already knew like how the Jedi were corrupt, and that's why Ahsoka for me is just the perfect character. You know, and you know, when you have those characters that are like, so how do I explain it? Like, you know, you don't like them in the beginning. A lot of people didn't like Anakin in the beginning. Attack of the Clones, Admiral Trench. There we go. A lot of people didn't like Anakin in the beginning. Phantom Menace Anakin, Attack of the Clones Anakin, but Revenge of the Sith Anakin, everyone loved. Everyone loved Revenge of the Sith Anakin. And that was character development. And that was the same thing with Ahsoka. And it was the same thing with a lot of characters. Even Luke. A lot of people didn't like Luke in A New Hope. Everyone thought he was obnoxious and annoying. Return of the Jedi, Luke is a character like no other. So
yeah, as JT Starkiller would say, Luke's character in A New Hope is just annoying, and Aunt Beru proved that. Luke, you know, he's just like what every 18-year-old, he just wants to get away from home and do his own thing. And then when Ben Kenobi came in, he's just like, "Hey man, you got to do this." And he's like, "No, I don't want to do that." And then it just kind of fell in his lap, and then he became down the hero's journey.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I think you just got to take a careful approach, and we're going to find out in a few hours. But you got to take a careful approach and not to get your hopes up too high. But I really think with this directing cast they have, I don't know if Taika is working on season 2, but he directed some amazing episodes.
Is that how you? I would butcher that name every time. Man. You're the master of names.
I'm not even gonna try to pronounce the last name. I'm just gonna call him Taika. LGBT or something. If Deborah Chow was absolutely incredible as a director. Directed some episodes as well. So when they bring back this directing crew and the crew that they had for season 1, the chemistry that they have, and if you haven't watched it on Disney Plus, the behind the scenes, the entire behind the scenes of Mandalorian season 1, did you watch? You watched those, right?
Yeah,
all the behind the scenes episodes.
I couldn't get enough of them.
Those were absolutely incredible. The way they made it, they did it from every single episode. They spoke about, they talked about the 360 green screen. They spoke about how they made the child, how they built the puppet with the animatronics and everything, little things like that. It was just absolutely incredible. So now, and it's kind of cool. And now we kind of like, now we kind of know when we enter season 2, we can like remember stuff like, oh my God, like I remember how they made that. Or like, right, if you see Mando doing cool stunts or something like that, you're like,
and that's what things like Star Wars, Jurassic Park, and all these movies have over everything else, is because like the T-Rex in Jurassic Park, you can go up and poke it. Like it's a real thing. It's not CGI.
Yeah.
And the problem that people had with the prequels is that George went with a lot of CGI sets, and the clone troopers are all CGI. But they moved back to real sets, like real interactive things. Like, Baby Yoda is not a CGI character, man. You could
Quill is not.
Quill isn't he animatronic?
He's a puppet. He's a puppet.
Yeah.
There's literally an actor under his puppet. He literally takes off the mask. Like,
it's too good, man. Like, so when you're an actor on the set, you can now act better because you're not looking at a green screen. You're looking at Quill in a suit. So that's what makes it awesome.
It's going to be absolutely incredible, and we will find out in 9:08. We're going to find out in less than 6 hours what's going to happen, what all the hype is going to be about. And I do want to say one last thing about Mandalorian season 2 that I thought is going to be really, really, really interesting to see. In the first few episodes of season 1, when Mando comes rescue the child, you see those stormtroopers. You see those stormtroopers with the rusted armor. It's all beat down. It's all dirty, and that really is like, it really shows and emphasizes the fact that the Empire has fallen.
Yeah.
Now, when you go into episode 8, you see all those stormtroopers lined up. Those armors were clean, shiny. You see the Death Troopers. You see Moff Gideon's tie come in, and then you see in the season 2 trailer, you see them come out on the scout troopers coming out on the bikes and everything, coming out of the hangar with the alarm going off, and it's like they actually had, like, the Empire was actually still strong, and we don't get squadrons, but we don't get much content from the New Republic era, from End of Return of the Jedi to Force Awakens. A tad bit with the Battlefront 2 story mode, but and squadrons. But besides that, that's it. So it's going to touch on that. And it's going to touch on how the Empire was still strong.
That's a really good detail that I would never even think about. How you noticed that the armor was dirty, and then the Remnant Troopers, I think is their name, according to the Black Series figure. Mm-hmm. And then they're clean at the end. My brain doesn't work. That's crazy how
it shows you how
other people's viewpoints work.
Yeah.
So that's. Yeah,
I hope for this season. I can't have Baby Yoda take any more punches, dude. I was literally about to take a punch. If that kid takes off one more punch,
it's like you just want to beat up that.
Shutting it off. Like, there is no watch party. There's none of that. I am shutting it off because that, like, literally made me jump out of my seat. Like, that was the only thing where I lost it. And that was the episode that Taika directed. And I'm like, God, because, like, the thing is, when he directs things, like, he incorporates humor with everything that he does. And so the way he did that was just absolutely incredible. Like how he punches the baby, how he bites his finger, little stuff like that. He's like, "Oh, baby, wave, do the magic hand thing," like little stuff like that. We're gonna see
the little hand thing.
So we're gonna see some funny moments too. It's gonna be perfect. It's just gonna be perfect. Taking a careful approach, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a pretty epic time, and like you said already, man, it's 8:00 Central Time. So, we're like, I'm 7 hours away, maybe 7 or 8 hours. Either way, it's by the time I go to bed.
It's going to be 12. Okay, so this is how they did it last year. It's 12 a.m. Pacific, 2 a.m. Central, 3 a.m. Eastern. That's what they did last year all the time. Because I remember I was up till 4 a.m. watching these episodes. Tonight's going to be a long episode. It's going to be 52 minutes long.
Yeah,
we're going up till 4. I don't have no problem with that. Yeah. Anything for this.
What I would do is I'd watch it on my lunch break, and then I'd go home and watch it again. So by the time I went to bed, I'd already seen it twice, and then I'd wake up, watch it again, and then it's already fresh in my brain. I'm not forgetting any of it. So, so I guess we should start. Go ahead.
Yeah, giveaway. Yeah. But I did want to say thing, and it's really cool with those episodes. It's like whenever I always have to watch things a few times. I watched Rise of Skywalker 11 times in theater. Look at that thing. Oh my god, that thing is beautiful. That is actually gorgeous.
The box art is insane.
That is absolutely gorgeous. God, you know the weight of my heart, dude. You do. Because anything for Ahsoka season 7.
Okay, there's no giveaway, guys. I'm giving it right to Serpents. Yeah. Let's see. Man, I don't know. We didn't talk about how we were going to do this giveaway because, normally on Twitch, I would use Nightbot.
Yeah.
So I think the best way, guys, is there's 23 people. So all 23 of you just need to type in the chat. For time, I think I'm just going to take a picture of the chat. We'll do a drawing, and then we'll announce it on the next episode. I think that's the best way, because then I'll have – we'll do it live. So if you guys want this, you have to spell it correctly. You get one chance. You got to type Ahsoka Tano in the chat, and then you're going to be entered. And of course, I'll write down the names, and then while I'm writing down the names, you need to keep talking. So I'll write down the names. give them a filibuster. Good old Serpent's filibuster.
I'm sending it out right now. Yep, there we go. Okay, perfect. Hello, dude. I figure I just got my Funko Pop a few weeks ago. I don't have enough Funko Pops. I only have 3, and none of them is Ahsoka, sadly. I know someone's going to spell it wrong. Yep, someone spelled it wrong. James, fix that.
Copy and paste.
James, fix that. Fix that. Whisper, you barely got it.
I see you, Pseudo.
Whisper said it like the rest, like everybody else.
We can do shout-outs with this. James Clark, I see you. Ben Cullen. Ethan Mathis, thanks for hanging out on the podcast, guys. We're gonna be wrapping up. Mac Man, what's up, buddy? Whisper, Trav, I see you.
Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah, you gotta hit him with that mall voice.
Ahsoka Tano, is it? What fun. Who spelled it wrong? I know some people spell it wrong.
Every time, man. I do. With Star Wars names, man, you have to spell check or you'll get ripped.
I guarantee you, Dark Majora, you spelled it wrong. OB6, of course. You know what I feel like? I feel like a lot of people here would spell Din Djarin wrong. That's a tough one. When we did a trivia night a month ago, and that was one of the questions in the spelling count. Nobody got it. Thank you, dude. Yeah, this is definitely going to be something we do every week. We're going to do a post episode 1 and everything like that. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Also, so I don't miss anybody. Dark Major, can you take a screenshot of chat and then we're going to compare? I doubt I miss anybody, but I don't want to leave anybody out that doesn't, everybody deserves an entry.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Dark Major.
Spelled it wrong. You spelled it wrong.
So go ahead. If you have anybody you need to shout out, shout out. Yeah. Well, everybody. Yeah, for everybody that tuned in for the first, we need to shout out everybody.
There is so many. Every single name that you see in here is either an incredible streamer or just an incredible person in general. Dubex is someone that helped me a lot in terms of with the face camera and helping me with advice and a lot of things. Trav is a brother to me. Sergeant Gaming, someone who I'm really honored to know. OB6, another brother to me. Everyone in here. God, there's Whisper, Boston Austin. There's just so many incredible people in here. So it would be, I can't individualize everyone. Just everyone is just absolutely.
Yeah. So there's been a few people that have been here there's been a few people that's been here the entire show, and I know who you are. I will figure out ways to get you back. I know exactly who you are.
There will be ways.
The chat does not delete on YouTube. It'll be there. So I'll be able to see exactly who's been in here.
And I think we're also going to be trying to get this out on iTunes and Spotify as well. Maybe not this first episode, but definitely like down the road within maybe the next weeks or so on and so forth.
Yeah. So if anybody missed it or if you missed parts, it does not upload automatically because it has to process. So if we're at an hour and 15 minutes, so it has to process an hour and 15 minutes worth of footage, and then it'll be on there. So I don't know how long that takes. My quick clips videos take like 10 minutes to process. So I would go from there, man. It's gonna be a while. I would expect it maybe 2 or 3 hours after we're done with this, and then you can just watch the rebroadcast.
And we'll be uploading it to the Discord.
Travis, so here's one that has to be noted. This guy right here on the screen. Travis says, love you guys so much. Travis, man. Without you, brother.
The only one who came by a test stream earlier with my face camera for the first time. Now I'm not shy to say it, but yeah. I only invited him because I couldn't even think straight earlier. The face camera, and then I won't lie that everyone in here made that really that experience very much
powerful. Serp,
very this podcast and everyone in here, so very powerful.
Quibs, type in Ahsoka Tano in the chat, buddy. I know you got in here late. Dom Redo. Guys, we love all of you. We really appreciate you. Hopefully, we're going to keep doing this. So hopefully you guys liked it. I'm going to ask direct feedback to people, and I want real feedback. Not like, dude, it was awesome. Keep doing it. No, I want feedback. Ways we can make this better and just streamline this, because we both want it to be successful. And we both not only be successful, we want to have the best content for you, not just subpar content. You got anything to add to that?
I think improvements is the only way to go. So
yeah,
I want to make sure this is the first one. So I want to make sure that next week's is even better than this one.
Exactly.
It's the whole stream. This will be uploaded on YouTube tonight or tomorrow, whenever YouTube decides to do that, and possibly iTunes and Spotify. So again, yeah, like real feedback. No, I'm serious. Like not like anything like, oh my god, it was amazing. Like just to say that, just to like make us feel good. Like no, like an actual, like,
we need direct feedback, criticism. I take criticism perfectly. I was on the phone with Dark Majora last night for 5 hours where we were talking about ways to improve Star Wars quick clips, his Twitch channel, my Twitch channel, and we're just getting things going. Jetties is also in here at late. But we appreciate you, Jet. So with that, we need to. I know this feels awkward. I know for me, but we have to tell people where they can find us, man. I'm on twitch.tv/Warrior Nerd, and you can find that at the bottom on the description. And then my YouTube channel is Star Wars Quick Clips. I get into Star Wars lore. If you don't have time to read books or get into anything, then click on that YouTube channel. Go to the chronology series. Start from episode 1. They're 2 to 3 minutes long. They're going to start gradually getting longer as we go. But that is probably a good way to learn some deep lore into Star Wars. Serpents, now you can
Twitch and YouTube at SerpentZN, and that is it. That's all I have to say. And Instagram, Twitter as well. So that's it.
He has a YouTube. It's YouTube. It's all it is. Same as his gamer tag.
Serpents will be a lot more now. I have already like 3 videos ready to be uploaded, so that'll be a lot of fun as well. And I am working on a huge project for that as well, so it'll be a lot of fun. So and your YouTube content has been absolutely stunning. Your Darksaber video and all the you're very consistent with your YouTube content, so I really look up to that. So
I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that you allowed me to be your co-host on this, and man, we're just gonna keep doing these things. And everybody, when do you stream next?
Tomorrow Eastern time.
There you go.
It's gonna be a late night tonight. It's gonna be a very late night. But watching the Mandalorian watch party in our Discord at 3 a.m. Eastern time as soon as it releases. But 2 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. And you?
I'll be on at my normal time, probably right between 3:30 Central and 4 Central. And we're going to be playing some Battlefront 2. And you guys better watch Mandalorian because we're going to be talking about it in chat. So
please stream Battlefront 2 tomorrow. We do this thing like every Friday. We do like it's still going to be the first one. So like, for the mods for tomorrow will be all like Funky Fridays. So like the mods for tomorrow will be like Among Us characters, all those goofy ones. And then for you, like, I mean, every single Battlefront stream you do is just absolutely incredible.
Appreciate that, man. So Quibs asked a question that we do need to address before we hit the end broadcast button. When is the next podcast? Or I was under the impression that we're doing it about 24 hours after each episode. So if it debuts on Friday,
the introduction,
podcast.
I believe we will be
Saturday
or Sunday.
Yeah. So Saturday will be the next, and then it's going to be weekly after that. This is
it'll
just
be
to make sure we get it out. Yep.
We'll hit it with 2 back-to-backs in 1 week, and then starting next week, it'll be after this upcoming one on Saturday/Sunday, and that'll be updated within probably most likely Saturday. That'll be updated within socials, Instagram, and the Discords, and then next week it'll be all Saturdays.
All right, I'm gonna end this. Travis says I better see Spider-Man. Bro, that's you, brother. Spider-Man. And then Jetty says, do you recommend doing YouTube content? 100% Jet. If you do not start a YouTube channel, I will find where you live and I'll start one for you. JT Starkiller says, sorry I'm late. Glad I made it in. We appreciate you, dude. And everybody else, we love you. May the force be with you, and we will see you tomorrow after the Mandalorian Season 2 has aired.